Hey everybody, do another week of the House of Pain, which actually is not. It's actually the first week because this was not named this, but now it is. We have Samurai Showdown coming up, and we have Street Fighter 4 later. But since the bracket is very manageable, we're just gonna go ahead and just stream all the matches today, and may do a new kind of bracket style next week. Since we're gonna have people from outside the state competing soon, and we'll see what we do then. But we're gonna go ahead and start things off with me versus Joshua, and I'll just leave you with Coach and Doggy Sandwich for your commentary. I keep saying Coach, but I don't know. Coach, do you want me to say Mr. Annual or Coach?
Go with Coach.
Coach. All right. So we got Coach and Doggy Sandwich. So I'll leave y'all with them. We about to start this now.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining us for our official, grand opening of the House of Pain. So yeah, we're no longer known as the Casa, so we're gonna use this branding going forward. But yeah, thank you for sticking with us, and gonna bring you some good old Samso today.
I was totally hoping for some sick wrestling promo or everything, the death metal guitars and everything. Welcome to the House of Pain.
That sounded more like a Macho Man Randy Savage. That was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. But I guess we're not getting any of that, or I guess I'm the closest we're gonna get to it. It's not about me. It's not about you either. We're just spectators, like always, commentators as per status quo. As we get into the first match of Pain, the ringleader himself, Painbot, gonna see if he can knock off some of this rust, because he said he ain't been playing too much. Been too busy playing Killer Instinct.
Now, let's hope his Killer Instinct and Sam Show is still intact.
See if he can take out the Dr. PhD Joshua in our first to three.
To three. Yeah, first to three. It looks like Joshua is going with his signature Caesar Maru, and Painbot going with his classic Tam Tam.
Tam Tam, who just got hot fixed the last time we touched this game to actually get all of his skulls back.
They buffed that top tier character. They gave him 2 more skulls.
I know, right?
Oh man. But Shizumaru's matchup that Painbot is always stressed that he's not a big fan of because of the way he has so many angles of attack, especially against someone like Tam Tam. So we're gonna see what the game plan is today. All right, just will start things out with a throw, but doesn't quite complete the conversion. Just get back full screen.
You want to talk about one of the things that Painbot really can't stand about Shizumaru? You just saw 2 of them right there, which is Jump C and Jump C.
And another Jump C.
This one really out here just doing the move.
I mean, look what the life bars are. It is quite working well for him.
Not only the life bars close, it was looking pretty good until he jumped, got over the weapon flip. That's huge. Yo, and he gets the crazy dapple break. Yo, is Joshua real?
Yeah, man, he let go of that button just in time, and so he puts himself 1 round up. All right. Oh, speaking of C's,
2 C's not as good as a JC though. It's still pretty serviceable.
Okay, Joshua uses the DP to get past the second skull.
Making that skull I think he's making that skull look like a real nerf, because if he only had one, he wouldn't worried about that at all. Just he was able to pick up his weapon. Doesn't take the punish on the instant overhead. Try to throw him, just really eager to get his weapon flip out.
Alright, yeah, just trying to press the issue on him, but Painbot's a little more wary of the approach now. We're seeing more reactionary jumps and pokes, but he is punished for jumping that time. Yeah, not quite in range of the throw. Painbot is on the board.
Alright, finally. Man said he was going to be speedrunning this. Already got some red splits out there.
You want to hit that reset button?
Yeah. Trying to see if he can at least get even out of this game, you know?
And yeah, Jeff was still making the jump seat work quite a bit.
Oh, if he was holding that the CDP long enough, he could have blew through the C. That would have been so good for him right there, but
Yeah, now we know that yeah, I was just about to say, like, now we know he doesn't have a high level tap, and he's probably not gonna get one.
and this is where it's starting to be the downfall of Joshua again, where he sees his weapon flip and he feels the immediate need to go. But he's gonna get. Oh, I thought he was gonna get it as an anti-air a little too early.
Yeah, I guess he didn't really account for Tantan's floaty jump there.
Oh, but he finds his way in, almost has the lead. He's getting down to the clutch, just waiting to make sure to get the turnaround. Painbot flags him out of the air with another JC and gets the first game.
And that was actually, yeah, like you pointed out, the turnaround, it was pretty clever that he waited so he wouldn't have to deal with any repercussions. All right. So that was really clever for Painbot. Yeah, up game one. Okay. Starting out with a 2 seed from Joshua, gets whiff punished.
That's not the right seed. He needs to go back to hitting that 7 seed, 8 seed. Yeah, that's what we like seeing. Ye old 9 seed.
Playing with Painbot's reactions there, not knowing when he's gonna fall down, come down with the spin. He's gotten a pretty good degree of success out of that.
Using this nice new buff of 2 extra skulls to give use here, making sure to keep Joshua at bay, step in, weapon flip. It's gonna easily be deflected. Well, I can't say deflected. Easily be defended.
Yeah, I guess he was looking for some swing, and Painbot just waited him out, took his punish. Here we are.
Ooh, big jump.
No conversion, but still quite a bit of damage.
Decent enough. Like, I mean, obviously we would have liked if he confirmed to a DP, got the corner carry and everything, but, you know, getting the second hit and then tagging on a little chip with the umbrella is still pretty good.
Yeah. Still got definitely a good chunk of life out there. Yeah, and catches Painbot jumping with the DP.
Now the thing to point out about that is really funny. Painbot tapped him 3 times, and none of them was a combo. I mean, obviously the Sam show, right? But taps him 3 times and still had to jump away from the DP. That just shows you what's on Joshua's mind at this point, which is I want to hit him and I want to hit him now. He finds the SSM.
Painbot got a little too cheeky with them fireballs and got punished on the way down. And so just what makes it round 2.
And the thing that's really good about that for Joshua is not only did he find round 2, he didn't burst, which normally is a mistake, but by holding on to it, he's gonna get his weapon flip at some point in round 3 now. It might be really quick.
Well, he ain't gonna get his weapon flip if he don't get his weapon.
Oh, he got it though!
He did. Painbot was a little too antsy with the E-Sin. So now he's down his rage bar, and Jess was still fully loaded.
Things are starting to turn around for him, and he has him in the corner as well. This is a prime position for Jess to steal a game away from him if he could. Finds the UO. Too far for the sweep.
Painbot just trying to hunker down and see how to react to what's happening here.
Oh, steps in. Doesn't convert to the weapon. Yo, you need that right now, but still holding on to the damage.
Oh, doesn't commit to the jump C that time. But he still has his burst. Let's see if he remembers it, and he does. All right. Yeah.
Tapped him on the noggin with the good old 5B.
And I guess that's the downside of bursting too late. You ain't got the health to like tank through opponent flailing. So he goes ahead and puts another game in the books.
These are surprisingly close.
Yeah, Painbot hasn't had a definitive answer to Shizamaru being in the air. And so just was been able to use that to keep the games kind of reined in and not, flow out of control. And incidents like that, because I think he's hit every single DP he's done so far, I want to say.
Yes. Because I'm trying to think, like, if Paintball would have blocked one, there would have been, like, some heavy repercussion I'd remember at this point. But, no, we've seen the PPs flying off really unchecked.
And it's usually just the getting his natural reaction of jumping away from throws and whatnot. But you kind of see pain by switching to more pokes to stop Jessel's advances.
Really unfortunate. Looking for the punish on the umbrella. Guess I'm switching to a hitbox that covers more space. Good old close C.
Yep, and there's that throw. Like you keep hinting at it, but he messed up his button. Because what he did his running B, but he whiff canceled it into the super, so he didn't get it. He didn't get it.
Right. And then trying to let another desperation tap go to no avail as Painbot is holding down back and trying to see if he can hold the third game in his pocket.
So yeah, I think we've seen just bring out the old crazy downpour, and there's a punish for the DP. And there's one of the big buffs that Painbot's so excited about that he can actually punish his DPs now with his SSM.
With this is going to leave Jeshua with a lot of firepower, but not nearly as much life. So he's going to have 2 looks at the weapon flip if he stays alive long enough. But Painbot's still playing fairly aggressive, fairly active. That's a better way to put it. And now Jeshua is at a point where he probably wants to burst just to make sure he has it, but he has to do it cleanly so Painbot can't just put pressure on him.
Yeah, I thought he was about to punish the whip grab, but he just goes in there and punishes just for hesitation. So there's 3-0. The last game was a little more definitive than the first 2. I think that the big adjustment was Painbot, like you said, being more active, putting more stuff in the space that Jesper wants to occupy, especially when he was loaded on resources.
I think the adjustment was he actually remembered how to play the game. Got him!
Oh no! Alright, I don't know who we have next, but what's up?
No, not much. Just getting comfy over here in the House of Pain. Now let's see if we can find out what the next match is.
So next up we got Falcon versus Izimaru.
It should be a pretty interesting one. Falcon, the I have to call him. I have to see what you were alluding to and call him the flag bearer of Sam Show at this point because rain or shine, thick or thin, he's always there ready to play. Like the one person that seems really consistent about playing the game, even through the trying times.
Yeah, he's been in every online event so far that's been hosted by Painbot. So yeah, he's definitely dedicated to the cause.
And he's going to be squaring off against Izimaru, who is the third pillar in the House of Pain, like the literal House of Painbot. The one we hear about, like going through flashes, like he'll be around for a while, he'll show up to a couple events, and then we won't hear about him for a couple weeks. But he's like the waves, if you will, trying to see if he's hitting the high tides or the low tides at this point. But I guess the real question I have for him is, assuming he's up to speed, I wonder how much. I was thinking about him playing Sogetsu, but at the same time, Falcon really did start falling back into Yoshitora, so might not have to worry about it so much.
Yeah, I think he's at the end of his character crisis journey, at least until the next DLC is dropped.
Yeah. It does remind me of the last time they played, which, if I remember correctly, it was Haomaru vs Sogetsu. And
Yeah.
I want to say, didn't Izzy win that one?
I believe so.
I feel like he did. Because I feel like, if I remember correctly, that was a match where it seemed like Izzy didn't know what Sogetsu was doing, but he was playing such a solid fundamental Haomaru game that the burden was more on Falcon to try to figure out how to play a new character against Haomaru.
I seem to recall that as well. All right.
But-
So, yeah. Oh, he's going with Sogetsu again. Okay.
That's not a Sogetsu, that's a Ukiyo.
Oh, I saw the blue hair. Let's glance at the screen. All right. So I do remember Falcon mentioning he was messing with Ukiyo here and there. So this will be interesting how this goes down.
How clean are the Tsubamis? That's the name of the game, man.
That's well, we're gonna see.
I fucked up.
You what?
I forgot to get back in line because I forgot I can't invite people while I'm in line for some reason.
Oh my god.
Come on, SNK. Let me invite people while I'm in line.
You're blaming SNK. You should know the rules by now, man. You gotta step out and wait your turn in the House of Pain.
I don't play by the rules. That's why I keep getting fucked.
Huh?
Yeah, I see that.
Falcon looks so lost right now.
He's like, "What's happening?" I already told Izzy to throw the towel. So when they get back in, we'll start back up again.
But while we're sitting here waiting to remedy Pain Bot's mistakes, if you guys have not done the Matcherino, now's the time to take a look. So, is this one updated to the latest?
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's not. So, while I remedy Pain Bot's second mistake.
Oh my god.
I'm about to fix it.
So when Painbot gets these links up here in the chat at some point and gets everything fixed, you can hit !Matcherino and it'll put up links to the Matcherinos for today. You go to, if you click on the link, you can go sign in, use your favorite social media. It's probably going to be Twitter. And if you use the code PBSS3, you can have Matcherino crowdfund 50 cents to add to the pot. Now, you can also do a couple of sponsored quests as well to generate some more money. You can even donate your own if you're really feeling generous, and we'd be so thankful for that. But at the least, you can go in and use the code, and you can add 50 cents from one of these 4 competitors to win. Hopefully not Painbot, since he can't even get the tournament running properly.
Hey man, it's a learning experience. He'll get it right. He'll get it right.
Learning? He's done how many of these already? What is there to learn?
We got
This is the first House of Fame.
Get out! Oh my! So apparently we just forget everything from the previous show, the last season.
What show? Damn, this man's convenient memory. But it looks like we can start now. We got everybody in the spectator queue. Our combatants are queued up, so we should be getting an Ukyo versus Haomaru.
I mean, the combatants were ready. The question is the observer there? Is the cameraman in his spot?
Looks like he made it. He ain't the second cameraman running all over the place.
Oh, no.
All right, so here we go. So, Falcon has not used Ukyo in our tournament series as of yet, either one. But yeah, Izzy-Maru, whenever he's in there, he's usually using our Maru. Actually, I don't think he's used his Kazuki, so this is gonna be an interesting matchup. Because in the ideal world, Izzy has enough Ukyo experience from living with Pain, of course.
No, you said Kazuki, and I kind of forget that's a character because I haven't seen anybody use him at all in the tournament. Like, at all.
Nah. But looks like Izzy's off to a strong start.
Steps in, scoops up the hesitation after the supply.
Okay, just actual punish on the running A there.
And Izzy's being pretty active about checking the runs, especially from long range, just making sure to make it hazardous for Falcon to try to use 6-6D. Gets another punish over to the corner. Yo, from the top rope, the Tsubame. And the run out, that's the big thing.
Alright, we got a trip. We'll see what the mix-up is. Nah, rolls back, but very weak punish in the end. But we got the throw.
Yeah, I wish you would have just took the raw B right there. You could have took the round, but still in a pretty good position. 15 seconds on the clock. I'm just gonna close things out with a far 5B to the gut. Good look from Izzy.
Yeah, Izzy's been doing pretty well to check Falcon from just advancing at him.
Right.
But I don't think the same has been true the other way around, where Falcon's been kind of hesitant when Izzy presses the issue.
Well, I mean, that's kind of because of how they're playing. Like, because Izzy is constantly looking to play defense and make sure that Falcon's not sliding on him, it's rare and somewhat sporadic of him to come in. So Falcon's always in the mindset of, I need to get in there, and he's not ready to defend himself. But now he's trying to see if he can make things work with his burst.
Yeah, I guess he was waiting for the third slash and didn't quite get the punish.
Yeah. Wasn't a believer of just throwing the DP out as well, but he jumped over the Easton, so that's really good for Izzy.
Yeah, Izzy's up around, has a rage bar, so even if he loses a round, it's not the worst in the world, but he's in a prime position to win it anyway. Falcon looking for the the deflect, but the fireball's not quite making it. Right, it just wakes up and hits that old A button.
It's pretty bold of Izzy, with Falcon on top of him, backdashing, implying that he was staying on top of the roll, predicting it even, but just didn't have the timing for the meaty.
Not at all. Going into game 2, Izzy Maru up. Okay. Yeah, he even wakes up as the non-invincible one, so there's some confidence there that wasn't gonna work.
And he's showing a little bit of an autopiloted response against the slides, because I was going to point out that Izzy's been pretty consistent about punishing the slide with a throw. And just a little bit earlier shows that it's just like in his muscle memory. It's not even looking at the spacing. It's just, if you slide and I block it, I'm going to try to make sure I guarantee some damage instead of optimizing, which consistency is better than nothing at all. So again, this is why I'm liking him doing this, but he's going to have to be a little mindful about if Falcon's too far out.
Falcon gets the whip punish with the falling Tsubami.
He's hit quite a few of those already. For a 6-6 speed, no good. Step and throw again from Izzy into the weapon flip, and that is the round. Izzy's on a tear. And the thing that I find kind of amusing about that is Falcon throwing the deflect there, because Izzy did that last round. Like, again, Izzy seems like he works on a clock, I don't want to say a flow chart, but like there's just a schedule that you can expect out of him. And he really likes looking for deflects off the out of the open, and not so much of pressing a button. So it's kind of surprising that Falcon would think to deflect him back in the beginning. But again, Falcon finds himself trying to see if he can get something to happen with his burst. As Izzy in the corner, but doesn't have a lot of life to really do anything. Gets to jump in for free with Ukyo.
I wonder if he tried to do his weapon flip and then got the overhead, like he missed the input.
It's possible.
Yeah, he had the corner, and that's where he can get his weapon flip now. So he might have been looking for it, but nonetheless, all he found was another game down.
Yeah. Got snatched one more time. Sliced in half by another DP. When I think about it, Falcon's just been getting snatched up so much. A lot of the times he didn't really have a say in it because it's from a misspaced slide, but just overall, it feels like whenever Izzy wants to put his hands on them, he's just allowed to, you know?
Yeah, he's definitely been very accurate with the throws, and Falcon hasn't put much in the way of resistance as far as like even just movement. Not even specifically looking like a forward spot dodge or anything. Yeah, we're seeing a little bit more of that.
It's right on cue. Getting another solid punish on a slide. Yeah, now Izzy's being a little more foregoing, trying to take some running Bs, holding his space, eventually getting put on his back. And Falcon making the right call, staying with him and just watching Izzy roll into the corner. But Izzy's still fighting his way out. Another punish hit.
Yeah, it just seems like, yeah, he got shoved into the corner, but he seemed fairly composed, and he didn't really mind it so much. And it's not like Falcon has really been presenting the mix-up itself to him.
Yeah.
He's mostly just been going for the lows, and any Tsubami he hits is usually from, like, falling in the air.
Falling?
That's the only ones where he's hit, right?
That he's hit, yes. But the thing that just crossed my mind is, yeah, he's been doing falling Tsubamis, he's been doing backdash Tsubamis. I don't think he's just done a straight-up Tsubami.
Yeah, I feel like he hasn't done it like, especially in the context of like just mix up. He might not be comfortable with that quite yet. So he's going with the running B's there.
Ooh, and there's a Tsubami that gets chopped in half by a C. Coasting Falcon into bursting again. He's been 0 for 3 0 for 2 converting these so far. Trying to see if he can get anything going, but I mean this is his last legs again, getting punished for sliding. That one was kind of long. Saw some magnet hands coming out of Haomaru there.
Yeah, I wonder if he was just kind of just walked into it. But nonetheless, he got a little bit of damage for the rage ended, but he's still looking pretty rough out here.
Yeah.
This is the same story we've seen 2 times before, and it played out pretty much the same way the 3rd time, which is Vulcan struggled to get anything of worth from his burst, and was just gradually, put away.
I mean, on the other end of the spectrum, that goes to show how much of a wall Izzy is, how consistent he is. Again, like just able to just sit there and wait, not find himself getting slid so many times, always blocking in the right places for it to get the punishes on that. Okay at the anti-airs here and there, finding some decent pokes. Like he hit a couple of big 5Cs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it's just the consistency of him was really able to carry him through that.
I agree, and like the other part of it is, since Vulcan didn't really present the mix-up, there wasn't a lot he had to generally worry about, even when he got put on his back.
Right.
All right, so it looks like Izzy staying on deck, and his opponent's going to be the good Dr. Joshua, who we saw in the first set today.
So we're gonna go from Izzy not having to worry about his head too much to him probably getting rained on by a bunch of JCs. So this is gonna be a real quick litmus test to how good his anti-airs are, or how good his spacing is, either or.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be a little bit of both for sure. Watch up, see, he's gonna keep falling on his head.
See if he can borrow a hard hat from Bates. I mean, he's borrowing his account, That should come standard issue, right?
I guess so.
Yeah, this will be match 3 of 6. Because again, for the first iteration of the House of Pain, we're gonna be streaming the entirety of the Sam show portion, and with 4 players, that's gonna be 6 matches.
All right, so we got Caesar Mar versus Howard Morrow, the expected pits. So like we've been iterating, it's definitely going to be a test of how much Izzy can protect his airspace, and probably a little bit of the same from Jessel's point of view as well, because it's not like Howard Morrow's too far behind in the jump seat department.
Right.
So they're both going to have to be wary of their spacing and stopping each other from just being in the air. Or else they're going to evolve into a little chaos. What's that?
I don't know if Izzy's the one to just jump at him, though. Like, he's more of a grounded, solid, defensive, hold on to his space kind of person, whereas Joshua is the one to really try to get in there and do the move. So even if Hal Mars himself really can just jump, I don't think Izzy's like the one to just turn it on. We'll see though.
I mean, so far it's playing it out exactly as you said. Izzy's just kind of holding his ground and responding to Joshua as much as he can, and he did get a good anti or two in there while we were talking. So.
Right. Gets an air-to-air as well. Wasn't ready to convert off the 5B, which gives Joshua a chance. Knocks him down, but he doesn't get to confirm in a weapon flip, something that's been haunting him throughout the day. And a trade! Trade that Izzy will gladly take.
Yeah, I feel like Joshua's been definitely using the crazy downpour in the set before it gets charged up, and it loses the move itself doesn't have the effectiveness that he would like it to have. But in any case, he ain't doing anything right now. Well, he just picks it back up. Okay.
I mean, he picked it up, but that's a cost to another chunk of health. He can get cleaned up quick, fast, in a hurry. We're inching someone closer. Gets the 5C punish. Yes, sir. Is the Maru.
Yeah, it's kind of the same story we saw versus Pain, about where he gets his resources, namely the rage, and is very intently looking to let it rip with the throw.
Yeah, just really all of Jeshua's offense has just been snuffed out throughout that first game.
Yeah, that's like you said. It's like, yeah, Izzy's just basically a wall. Speaking of the wall.
Then he stepped up to check him with the 6-6A, gets a falling A, and this is Jeshua's chance, and he went for the SSM.
So yeah, he had the right idea, but his timing was very much off.
Yeah. Izzy's on the other hand, quick in response. Don't blame him for doing it to close out the round. I think he could have possibly taken it with a 5C by itself, but you don't have to think about SSM. You know.
Yeah, sometimes you just want the guarantee. So now, Izzy's getting a little antsy and getting hit from long range projectiles and such.
To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if he missed the input for a tornado, because I've kind of noticed that here and there in the last game. So could have been. Who knows?
Possibly. Going back to his standing his ground, using his folks to keep Joshua at bay, but he's been shoved to the corner. I think that just very fortunate for Izzy.
He'll take it in traditional burst, he does, in the nick of time. But he tries to run in and he gets his ankle cleaned up by a 2B. Another weapon flipping Izzy with 2 games straight, 4 rounds straight.
Josh was trying to rip off his weapon flip technique. Little did he know. Alright, so we're going to a game 3. And so far, it's been pretty definitive for Izzy, and he's been maintaining his spacing pretty well, keeping himself out of danger for the most part.
Fairly consistent on punishes too.
Mm-hmm.
Not 100%, but he's hitting the big points of it.
All right, uses that DP from recoil.
Oh, he got to tuck it in time. I know for a fact that he wanted an SSM right there. It's unfortunate that he didn't get it, but he's still in a really good position.
Yeah, nonetheless, if he wins this round, it's probably for the best he didn't use it anyway, since there was not a lot of health. Jeff was in.
Right.
So it ended up working out in his favor, but yeah, he's probably annoyed. Or maybe he even stopped himself from doing it. Who knows?
No problem.
In any case, he's going into the second round, looking pretty good.
Oh, match point. I can use all the numbers. I like to use the J. That is JA, right? I'm not crazy. The long one.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've even played Almar. Like, making use of all of his tools. The Swiss Army Knife Samurai.
Yeah, they keep letting the crazy downpour go at low levels, and Izzy's been correctly challenging them for the most part. Like, I don't think he's been sniped by one of those incidents.
No.
And puts the punish on the DP, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah. Another unfortunate end. Throw that was on the table for him, got it and everything, but just kind of botched the inputs afterwards. And Izzy just ready once again with his ye old 5C.
Always keeping it in the pocket.
Yeah, man. It's not in the pocket, it's on the table.
Oh man. So that was a pretty definitive conclusion there. So next up we're gonna have Pain Bot versus Falcon. Or never mind, we're gonna have Falcon versus Joshua. I guess Joshua just left the room. So I guess you're gonna have to invite him back. So it's gonna be interesting to see who Falcon brings out for this. If he's gonna stick with his Ukiyo, or bring out one of his myriad of other characters,
or if he's gonna play anybody else in the game, because that's what it feels like.
Hey, man, anything can happen at this point.
You could convince me that he would just go to random and try to make it work.
Yeah, he gonna bring out Iroha before she even comes out. That's how crazy he gonna get.
Excuse me?
We ain't gonna know how he did it either.
You know, all things considered, has he ever played Shizumaru?
I've not seen him play Shizumaru.
Wouldn't that like kind of be what he wants to do? Because he likes Yoshitora, because Yoshitora hits jump C. Now imagine if you had another good jump C, and then some good buttons on the ground to go with it.
All right, well, there's Basara is dead.
Who?
Wait a minute. They need to back out actually, because Painbot didn't get in the queue.
Oh no, man! Oh man!
I didn't tell him to start.
Did you tell him not to start though?
Shouldn't be doing anything without me saying.
Did you tell them not to start?
Well, they know now.
Guess that means we're gonna have to take another quick break here in the House of Pain.
Mm-hmm.
With that means it's time to plug the Matcherino again. It's your turn.
It's my turn. I'll say
It's your turn.
exclamation mark Matcherino into the Twitch chat. You will be directed into multiple links. One for Samurai Shodown, one for Street Fighter 4. But specifically today, right now we're gonna talk about Samurai Shodown. So click the link, go in there, sign in with one of your social medias, and then you will be able to contribute with the following coupon code PBSS3, and which will put in 50 cents from Matcherino into the pot. There are also sponsor quests that you're allowed to do if you want to do them, and if you are so generous, you can also donate yourself. So if you would do that and help contribute to the pot, it will help keep this tournament series running smoothly, and we would appreciate you. Thanks.
Now I don't know why you try to tell them that them donating or contributing is gonna help this run smoothly. I beg to differ. Do you call this smooth?
Hey, man,
I need more tools. I need more tools.
Get out of here!
See, man, that's what it's open ended. I can just keep saying you didn't donate enough.
Oh my God.
That's the mix-up. Thank you. Someone understands.
Cause see, Painbot's probably never gonna get it right, so it just works out.
Oh my
That
God.
is true.
All right, back to y'all.
Get here! Get out of here, you goon!
All right, so now we got the streamer in the spectate queue. So now we're gonna run our Falcon versus Joshua match.
Would it be possible?
Mhm.
Would it be possible to give him like 2 PS4s? One that he just keeps locked in that spot, and then the other one that he invites people with. Is that what we need to do for him?
Oh man, is that the tech? We gonna see him streaming with the donate bar at the bottom.
Yeah.
Donate to the PS4 so I can stream. So I won't get knocked out of my own matches.
Hey. We're going for real, right? Because I still see Basara.
Yeah, Basara and I believe just was using Tamtam. I was looking away from the screen.
What in the world?
All right, so yeah, both of these guys are gonna character switch. Now we've seen just for using Tamtam, but we have not seen Falcon using Basara. So it should be an interesting matchup between the two.
I feel like he actually did this once with very little success. But like all jokes aside, this doesn't seem completely foreign, but it just feels like it didn't stick too much. It's looking a lot better this time until he ran into the weapon flip, or rather got sniped. It happened, but he's able to pick his weapon back up and snipes him out of the air.
Yeah, using that orb to just keep control of Tamtam's jumping patterns, but yo, good old running C on deck.
Pretty good move, especially when you put him down with a couple of skulls.
Just slides on through full screen.
Not going too far, teleporting his way in. Not ready for the second trip. That happens a lot of times in Jeshua's play, where he's really thinking about a meaty throw and he's just too early. I creeped up on him a couple times already today.
Yeah, luckily for him, Falcon wasn't ready for the punish, and he gets off with a down kick.
Falcon wants out of this corner so bad.
Yeah, he let go too early. You can just see a lot of the unfamiliarity with how he wants to play this character, and everything just kind of spilled on the screen.
Right. Well, that's part of it, but the other end of it is just not being used to fighting a Tam like Jessua's, because he's gotten tripped 3 times this round, but he is able to get it in, so that's the start. He's probably going to need 2 hits, though, since we're talking about Masari here. He realistically can't get touched, and guess who's here again? The top.
Yep, Jessua guesses through the illusion and gets the sweep, and gets game 1. So we'll see if Folk can change his character. Nope, he's rolling right back into it.
He rematched so quick.
Maybe he sees something that they can take advantage of. Hey.
A back throw, that's a good start.
And I feel like he's got a decent amount of utility from the orb. While it hasn't given him huge rewards, it's enough to kind of, you know, keep the game under some degree of control.
Right. But the real trick is he going to be able to hold on to it for a long time? Because like we're seeing, like he's finding the hits here and there, but in situations like this, just surviving weapon flips, which, I mean, if you're going to throw air balls out like that, it's pretty easy to do. Don't get me wrong. But that's the thing that's been really tricky for Falcon, is just being able to stay consistent, to keep himself out of all the attack ranges of Jesua and just make sure he doesn't get chunked bit by Siege.
Is that war doing work?
Well, it's kind of clocking it overtime, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think Focus kind of keyed into just like staying away from Jesua's effective ranges, and Jesua's now having to switch from sniping him, which I say that, so he gets sniped, and to kind of just gradually pushing his way in.
Well, see, look at where Falcon lost all his life though. It was from 6-6C and like 1 hit of a 5C, close C. Just too eager, trying to work his way in again, getting tagged up a couple more times. And now he has weapon flip, but he didn't get weapon flip for any good reasons. So let's rip. And 6-6C, that's better than no punish. And he got him going in?
Yeah, I don't know if either player was ready for that one, but it looked really good.
The light at the end of the tunnel.
When you find out it's the train.
Ah, man.
Oh, man.
And Jesua was just able to hold on and get onto the board looking for a 5C, can't find anything. Second one, no good. Is he going to strike out? Doesn't get a chance just yet.
And despite like all the stuff that Folk is doing, it's not like he's taking much damage. Like it's almost evened up through that one interaction, and now through 2 interactions, he's already gotten ahead.
All right. And I feel like that trip rather, is the first time that Falcon actually like got hit by Jesua. All the other times Falcon had just kind of ran in there and got swatted away. I mean, swatted for big damage, but I really feel like a lot of the harm that Falcon is doing is to him, or that's happening to him, is from himself.
I can see that.
That's not the case though. Jesua cleared the high bar there.
Yeah, I went ahead and broke that dome. Going up 2-0.
And the thing that was really interesting about that is you have to realize that's the same kind of scenario that Jesua's been looking at the entire time, and there was an orb there, and he wasn't deterred. Decided he was going to walk in and jump and get case in point. And the one time that there was actually a 2C out there, he gets another game for it.
Yeah. And yeah, it's kind of understandable because there's no bite behind what Focus Ultimate is doing.
It's pretty annoying though.
Yeah, that's the sum of it. But if he can't annoy his opponent, then it starts to be, the burden starts to shift to him.
Pushing him out, backdashing as well. Oh, he didn't press a button on that. Just stepped up and took a throw, back throw into a 2C, and tried to chase him back. He was looking for a DP there. A DP or a weapon flip.
Something. Just wanted to stay on the end of caution. Which I guess if your opponent's loaded up, that's understandable. Okay, just a running overhead. All right. Just very emboldened by Falcon's passive stance.
So we wilding out right now, but eventually finding a throw, putting some clarity to that madness. Did he get away from that? He did. Okay. And he had enough time to dash, stop, think if he really wanted to do an SSM, but decide, well, I can't take it into the next game if there isn't one, so I might as well see if I can take this. At least I want pixel though.
Yeah, so it gets him around because just want those scores, so it looks like it ended up working out all right.
I don't want to say too much about that. That's how that round ended.
Alright, it's just gonna start with the first early.
Where's the easy? Where's the easy? Cause you knock him down, back dash, don't have to worry. Oh, you didn't get a knockdown, but it's gone.
Yeah. And
what?
He didn't hold up. I think he panicked.
Yeah.
I think he panicked.
Because it was just crossed my mind that the only thing he had left at that point was an SSM, and he wasn't using it for a punish. He wasn't looking at it or anything. But yeah, the Hail Mary finds the mark. You'll throw him back at him. I know he ain't got it, but throw one back at him anyways.
All right, China, nickel and dime. Just were very bold with the skulls.
Yeah.
But Falcon's kind of all over the place that he's not. He hasn't been in any position to punish them.
Ooh, big 5C to the backside.
All right, Joshua takes it 3-0. And so the next match will be Painbot versus Falcon. So Falcon should be sitting in on the station. Just gonna walk out with his 3-0.
Have there been nothing but sweeps? There's been nothing but sweeps, right?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, because Falcon never beat Izumaru. Painbot got all his sweeps. So yeah, been 3-0s across the day.
Yeah, this has been a speedy little trip through the House of Pain so far.
Yeah, we've only got 4 contestants today. So yeah, it was destined to be kind of fast, but it's on the fast route on top of that.
Yeah. Contestants, that's a good one. Who's the lucky contestant in the House of Pain? Falcon gonna try that again. What? Yo, every time he's just pulling out all these characters that are huge question marks to me. Falcon Hanzo.
I guess he's just gonna do everything he can to like just figure out what he really wants in life. I guess this is an opportunity to do it. Nice, a free tournament. He gets to put himself up against people. So I guess that's how he's chosen his fate.
But he's been doing it long enough that I honestly have to question if he just mains the random block.
I mean, it is possible. And this is a matchup that Painbot's definitely going to be familiar with, as Bates put in quite a bit of time with Hanzo for a couple months.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, this was supposed to be Bates' Tam counter.
Yeah, so Falcon's going to have to put on quite a show. He wants to try to slide one away from Painbot. Beginning, it's not too rough, but it's not really working out too well for him. He's getting tagged here and there, already down to half-life.
Yeah.
Gets out of the corner.
Yeah, I see him just moving around and just kind of doing stuff, but it's kind of in context like I have an idea what this character does, but I don't have any familiarity with this character.
Yeah.
Because it's like, at least when he was playing like characters like Nina and stuff, you can just tell he's been playing her. But this kind of just feels like he's just picking Hanzo just to pick it.
Right. That's the first fireball he got out. That's the second time he tried it, but it was stuffed at the end of the last round. See, this is one of the the harder things about the matchup is like if you don't have complete control, as in if you don't have a knockdown and you're trying to throw a fireball with Hanzo, there's gonna be at least 2 skulls.
Right, so goes ahead and burst again. And, hey, if I saw the throw attempt coming, he in essence of territory now. Boca still got quite a bit of range left, so it's not all bad right now. He can still get there. He can still kind of muscle around. It's gonna be a little rough, but the life deficit isn't huge.
That was a lot of respect out of Painbot right there. Saw a recoil, didn't want anything to do with it, threw like a fairly delayed button before he weaseled his way out of the corner, eventually got the hit and took the game from him. But yeah, I ain't feeling this Hanzo, man.
I'm not as well, so we'll see if he's gonna keep going or roll into another character.
Well, you know he ain't switching. You know he ain't switching, let's be real.
The journey to find oneself is a difficult one.
But usually on a journey, you have an idea of where you're going. Like, this dude won't pull into the gas station and ask for directions.
Hey man, you know, sometimes you gotta tread off the decent path, right? Now,
path.
it ain't one. Alright, well, we got some recoil wars going on, but no one's biting.
Aye.
He'll punishes the landing frames from the shuriken.
Catches him off the wall as well, and another big 5C. Yo, 3 C's.
Yeah, Painbot is just, you just see the confidence he has now. Like, he's kind of got a read on focus effectiveness.
I actually don't know if Vulcan, well, he's making it work. Like, I was questioning if he wanted to get his raid now or try to save it for the second round, but he's trying to see what he can do with it right here. Find his way in, but he just didn't expect Painbot to be in the air. Painbot with another punish.
Yeah, he started to pick up a little bit of mileage with the rage fireballs, but yeah, it didn't work out in the end. Right. First to burn his person really early. Oh no.
Got him.
Yeah, you can't flinch versus Tam Tam if he's sitting in rage.
But he gets an Azuna, gets his dagger back.
But in the end, he was forced to spend some vital resources at the start and got very little from it.
Yeah. Again, getting his fireball snuffed out by a couple of skulls. It feels like nothing really happening. From downtown, Painbot comes in and snatches him up. Ooh, okay, run up Azuna.
He's not out of it quite yet. Using that block stuff for the fireball, get a run and see mix up. That was actually kind of surprising because Painbot has been running up and getting a ton of throws, and I guess for some reason he expected Falcon to finally have a response to it. And when he jumped back, there was nothing there.
Yeah. Surely now he's got to be paying attention. I'm pretty sure that's what Painbot said in his head.
But nonetheless, got another one on the board. He's rolling right back in.
Ooh, that was pretty big opportunity that just slipped through the cracks at the start. I mean, I get the feeling that's gonna have like a lot of say in the momentum for the round.
Well, Falcon's in the corner trying to fight his way out, so it's already not looking so hot.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Like, but he goes for a throw, and you are not throwable there in that state.
I feel bad for him, but at the same time, I'm like, wow, I just learned something. Because I would have thought to throw right there. But yeah, like so many huge opportunities that have just slipped away from him so far. The jumping in the beginning, getting the deflect, and even keeping him off of the weapon at that point. So even with it, Vulcan still trying to bring this back one hit away from round 2. All right. Vulcan was one hit away. It was a 6-6-E. But he gets another deflect, and he tries it again.
Yeah, I don't know if he's just unaware or if he just has some weird muscle memory issue, which sometimes you have. So, nonetheless, that was a big opportunity. Luckily, he avoided the weapon flip and gets one himself, so he got another opportunity to live here. Pain
Put
by
it back.
crack. Oh wow, Pain about to wait all day to hit that.
First victim of the old snack time, and at a pretty good time, so he can get his weapon back as well. But he still has to chase Falcon down, who's trying to get on the run, ducks under the 5B, and then is bursting.
Painbot being real careful where he wants to put his pokes, and Falcon's using the danger of his rage timer to intimidate him, or crouch in the corner.
He just see if he can slide in and get another hitbox to whiff him, but doesn't need to. As he gets on the board, and this is a chance for Falcon to finally put the first break point of the entire House of Pain on the board.
He still got a long way to go, but he still has his SSM. But the one thing that Hanzo really looks to close out games with, which is his rage, is not there. So it's definitely going to be a heavy climb.
Yo, did you see what he tried to do in the beginning? Did you catch what he was going for?
I actually missed it.
So he jumps in and he whips a button in the air. He was trying to do the Yoshitora thing with Hanzo.
Oh, okay. Didn't quite work out, I guess.
Nah, I got just blocked. But I was just laughing at it because it was like, that's how much of muscle memory character carries over from character to character. Painbot has Falcon over here, locked in the corner, jumps away from a teleport.
And I'm pretty
Not
sure
ready for the second one.
I'm pretty sure he can catch it like both that time. Like he'll either swipe the one out of the air or he'll land on the other one. I think that's how he had it set up. Oh, okay. He caught him sleeping, so he might be able to put one on the board finally.
And it was so good of Falcon to do that because he goes in the first time. Oh, he gets away from the Easton. So this is a big chance for Falcon right here. Takes a 5 seed to the back, but still has the lead. 15 seconds on the clock. Trying to see if he can work his way out of the corner. Jump ain't no good, but he delays, gets around to deflect.
Oh, teleported in place, but luckily, oh man, he swung with the grace of gods there.
Yeah.
And it worked out in his favor, and he puts the first contesting point on the board for the whole day.
We done made it. We done made it. Put the broom back in the closet. We actually got a competitive match here. I don't even remember the score now. 2-1?
Yeah, 2-1.
All right.
And it's like Painbot's not too happy about that.
Yeah, add a little fire under him because he is holding forward at this point. Chucking the skulls out as well. That man mad. His speed run got ruined. Ooh, that's kind of unfortunate for him. He was looking for the full hit of the 5C, but he was a little too early, so only got the jumper for it. But still, in his face, JC to fade away JC, and that was a reset.
Mm-hmm. And you saw Falcon there faithfully swinging back.
Oh yeah, him mad. Him big mad.
Yeah, I like
Ready
it.
to take another
Buttons. As he runs up and throws them.
Cares nothing about a weapon flip until it gets tossed with an Easton, so this is a start for Falcon.
Alright, gets the cross up.
Ooh, nice dodge.
Luckily, it was a command grab,
Right.
which is something that he probably should use more, but nonetheless, he gets forced off his burst.
He's not using it consistently enough. Easton was a huge gamble right there. That's
Well, I
only
mean, like,
Ryan Butler.
oh yeah. I meant in a sense more like there was a lot of critical times where he died doing regular throws.
Right.
And it's kind of like as Hanzo, it's almost better off to just stick to your command grabs because even if they whiff, you don't get SSM.
That is true.
Man, but anyways, Painbot takes it home 3-1, and I think that is everybody.
Painbot still has to play Izzy,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
and that is the deciding match.
Yeah, they both.
They're not both clean because Painbot just lost the game. So if Izzy 3-0s him, he wins. Is that how that works? I'm trying to think. There's some leeway to this.
I'm not quite sure how it works. I have to sit down and look at the challenge and see.
I
Because,
think
yeah,
if, I think if Izzy 3-0s him, he wins. If he wins 3-1, he still technically wins. I think that's how that works. I'm real fuzzy on that, but Izzy could win this.
yeah, I don't know if it's based on total games or your record.
Now, see, there's a problem with that. All right, this is the House of Pain, and therefore they're Painbot rules. So he can change it to whatever he wants to.
Oh man, come on.
You know he'd do it. He tried to change the tournament before this even started.
Damn. Well, nonetheless, Izzy got his Halmar loaded up, of course. We'll see what Painbot is gonna do. If he's gonna roll his Tam Tam or Zukio. Playing in the inter-house internet connection.
I know, right? And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, the only reason I would just lean towards Tam Tam is that's all he's been playing the entire day. But he easily could have made Ukyo work just as well, I believe. It's just really a question of how polished his Ukyo's been. Again, I don't know if he's been playing a whole lot lately, so some of his Tsumamis could be a little off the mark. But don't have to worry about that. This should be the last match in the first Sam Show House of Pain. Izzy with his Halmar squaring off, slapping the saber out of Painbot's Tam Tam's hand.
So Izzy is off to an amazing start so far. Got him cornered without a weapon. Gets the throw and now laying on the pressure.
Getting a decent amount of damage as well, and he's not trying to just kill him outright. Like, he's really trying to whittle him down, understanding that there's nothing he can really do. Gets the punish on a whip slide with a throw to a DP, and he stays on top of him this time.
All right, Painbot meets some air to air, but that still does not get him his weapon.
Ooh, but he gets the low, gets it into the command throw, and this is the chance that he needs. Ooh, so he thought.
Commanding game one. Or round one, excuse me.
Double overheads. And is he getting in there? Gets to 6-6. He didn't believe he'd be in there in time, so he didn't put a weapon flip behind it. That would have been so huge for him. Ooh.
Gets a nice little chunk of damage with that FRC.
But he wasn't ready. He didn't realize that Painbot was kind of showing that he wanted to get in there. Quick spurts of aggression, anxiousness, if you will. Solid. Saw him jump up, fade away. JC just hold on to the space, control the air as well.
See if Painbot tries to put this away so he can have a little range for the next round. Yep, managed to save a little bit of bar.
Really solid way to clean up the second one. And he starts off with a JC in the beginning. Nice!
forcing Painbot off the burst really early. That's only good for him, especially since he's still sitting in rage himself.
And he doesn't get in the flinch, so he doesn't get to use. He gets a 2C afterwards, though. But yeah, now he's gonna have to fight through Izzy's rage bar and the burst. Such a good position for Izzy. But, I mean, he's got to get in there and get something started. He's getting nickeled and dimed down skull by skull.
Painbot trying to keep him at a life deficit so he won't have to take too many big risks. Even with Tam Tam floaty jump, he still had enough time.
Had all the time to see it too, because that was a run from full screen. And since Izzy isn't really prone to do that, it's kind of a telltale that he wants to go in and get something to happen immediately. Woo! Yo! But it's not enough.
Not enough, but Izzy's in a good position to be in. I guess Painbot was going for the chip out there and he just got hit.
It's just really hard to see for a multitude of reasons. Like, you could say he's looking for the chip, or he could have just been looking to hit cleanly, because with the back hop in that position, it's reasonable to believe that he just wants to backdash away from you. So
yeah, that's true.
That was sly. Stepping forward under the jumping. And I get the feeling that this is one of the scenarios where they play each other so much that they understand each other's habits, because we're starting to see Izzy like walk forward, jump forward at Painbot a lot, and Painbot is presenting some pretty specific answers to it. So understanding like all of the different routes that Izzy wants to take, but isn't ready to get his weapon taken away from him again. So Izzy in another good position.
He's looking for that blade catch. And all he got was hands.
Catch these hands.
Yeah, Izzy's looking pretty good in this set, actually.
Flinched in the beginning of round 2, so that's going to cost him his katana at the start. And Painbot just running him down. Setting up camp on top of it, going to make it really hard for him to take it back.
Like, he went ahead and picked it up at the cost of getting tossed in the corner.
And that was a better block than a lot of people really get that credit for, even though that was only a 2C that came, or a 2D that came afterwards. Because Painbot was standing in that position where like he could have took one small step forward and put Izzy on the other side. Step and throw again.
Starting to see little signs of Izzy's hesitation.
Yeah. I mean, there was a pretty big sign when you see Tam Tam floating in for an empty jump command throw. But he gets a deflect, steps in, and he might have possibly wanted to say that. That might have been everything he wanted, but he got a knockdown in the corner nonetheless. Still too close. Got checked with a 5B. And that's Painbot taking another round.
Yeah, definitely understandable he didn't want to like go to SSM or something when he had like no health to work with, and he still has a round to work with.
All right. But then the other side of the coin is he ever going to get another chance to do it again?
That is true.
Yo, he interrupted the button. Painbot a little too slow to the draw. Forced to burst. And it's a good time. Is he with a dodge?
Maybe he wanted to use it there.
Yeah. And he did. He gets away from him. Doesn't use it again, but he uses the 5C to take the lead away from him. 2C response back.
All right, Izzy still has his burst, and the life deficit is pretty close, so...
He's not done just yet, especially because he burst. Holds on to a little more life than he would have lost right there. Has a full bar of E-Swing as well. Full bar of Rage. Doesn't get a punish on the dodge. But he gets it on the 5B.
All right, Izzy on the board, 1-1. Tempted old Pain, about to press the button, and there we are.
Live and die by the blade. Izzy Maru able to take a pretty huge game out of Painbot.
Looks like Izzy's been absorbing the lessons from Bates and Painbot pretty well.
If he was absorbing the lessons from them, he'd be still champion. Oh, big JC over the top. Can't get the full. Oh no! The Painbot only takes a 6-6C from the DP. With the way the games have been going, you would think you'd want to take a SSM at that point just to have a decisive lead, but you know, taking a guaranteed punish, a simpler punish, but at least Izzy a lot more room to play with. And that's something that's been kind of missing from Izzy's game, is Painbot's been just taking some jumps at him, some very bold jumps, and Izzy's had no response to him whatsoever.
Yeah. Izzy upping his aggression because he has the rage bar, but he's getting hit from it, and he didn't want to stop.
All right. He made a reasonable choice with it though. Like, he's getting peppered with all the 5As. And so finally he gets fed up with trying to jump and run, and he looks for a deflect, and lo and behold, that was the one time Painbot pumped the brakes and waited before he threw another one out there. So Izzy was paying attention, but just Painbot one step ahead of him in the planning. And now Izzy's trying to return a favor with a deflect, but still can't find the answer. Return a favor, there wasn't one to begin with. Ladies and commentators are paying attention.
Yeah, Painbot, he's just operating the wall now.
I feel like he just took his left hand off the stick. He's like, I'm pressing the buttons. You can make this work.
Alright, Izzy the one having to burst out of trouble for once.
Ooh! In the hesitation, waiting for the dodge. It's a good look. Gets rewarded with a throw into a weapon flip. Throws the blade grass in Izzy. Another round, trying to see if he can get another game. This one's gonna be harder for him though.
Definitely, but hey, at least he's in a position to win it all. Yeah, he's gonna back off and wait that timer out. He ain't trying to get too much trouble.
But he gave up a lot of space to do that, so it's gonna be really hard for him to deal with the pressure of Tam Tam, and then just to fight himself out of the corner. Case in point, looking for the deflect, but there's a throw instead. This is a bit of a scramble, but he finds the throw. I wish he would have thought to step up and take a back throw, but that's like a really small detail in the situation. I'm surprised that didn't hit. It isn't. Go ahead, man.
I was just gonna make generically comment about the nickel and diamond. What you have in mind?
Like, Izzy's paying attention to a lot of the options that Paintbot's presenting. It's kind of unfortunate how things have panned out, because there was a crucial moment where like Paintbot steps in, right? And Izzy's like, I need to get out of the corner. This is a really good opportunity. And it looks like that Paintbot wants to like step in and delay or step in and throw. But it just so happened to be a button there, flagged him down in the corner, and just was able to stay on top of him and smother him throughout the round. But again, like, Izzy's putting up a pretty good fight. It's just Paintbot is beating him to the punch time and time again. Slides his way under the 5V for starters.
Yeah, that dead zone has been killing Paintbot here and there. Not killing him, but it's shown up in really weird places.
It's been obnoxious to him.
For sure.
Ooh, that's just playing with his reactions, playing with his expectations, jumping to see what's going to happen. But I think the thing that Paintbot's really looking for when he's jumping into Izzy right like that is he's wanting him to throw.
Okay.
Yeah, he wasn't looking for something like that, which is really good. There's the throw that I was talking about a little bit later. And he gets him away from the weapon. No, he ain't going to see that again. All he has to do is not get grabbed.
Well, Paintbot has the lead. So now he's forcing he forced Izzy to come to him. As goofy as it sounds, but he decides to challenge with blade catch. He caught a blade already.
Yeah, he can't pick that up.
Yeah, skull's just a little too slow.
Was it too slow, or was he expecting another light one?
That is possible.
He wasn't slow on the 5C though. Beat him to the punch. Pretty good start for Paintbot in this round. But yes, he's seen Izzy look for that quite a few times. I don't think Izzy's been successful with full screen runs, but it's just knowing that he's willing to do it and is still persistent about it has been really helpful for Paintbot. It has shown what it looks like when you take a little shorter burst into a grab. And he interrupted him though. Good stop by Izzy. Big deflect and a 5C.
Alright, Paintbot can potentially take it off in this one. And there's the dead zone. And I think it's first time he's really been on the bad end of it.
Alright. Trading blocks. Izzy's sick and tired of seeing the blue orbs pop up from the block, so he steps in to throw. And then again, he's just trying. The land shark. But he's able to dodge, and he's wasted so much time, so Paintbot can't really do anything with the rage. As goofy as that looked, that was really good for Izzy. And he has a weapon flip of his own now.
Yep, so Paintbot's gonna have to be the one to have to be a little careful.
It's gotta be really.
Oh. As soon as you say that.
And the thing that really makes me sad about that is Izzy's shown that he's willing to throw out a weapon flip raw. I wish he would have took it right there. That would have kept Paintbot away from the burst, but now he has to deal with this, force the burst on his own in the corner. It's just harassed to death with jump buttons.
Oh man, so Paintbot takes a 3-1. Oh man, yeah. Izzy had a lot of good ideas there, and yeah, right there. If he had went ahead and just pumped the weapon flip, that could have been a much different story. But nonetheless, our House of Pain winner is Painbot.
Boo. Boo.
Looks like somebody is not happy about that. So while things are still going, the Matcherinos are still up. So you can still donate now to the Sam Show Matcherino by entering the link that you get from !Matcherino, and the contribution code would be PBSS3, which will donate 50 cents to the pot. Just log in with one of your available social medias, and we appreciate y'all. But that is the end of today's House of Pain Sam show. And we've been having Ultra Street Fighter 4 at 5 o'clock, I believe.
Yes.
So it's about 30 minutes from now. So if you want to watch some Street Fighter 4, go ahead and stick around, or get yourself some drinks, keep the stream up, or tell your friends, or whatever you're gonna do. But we appreciate you sticking around and watching Sam show. Thank you.
Until then, take it easy, y'all.
Take it easy. While we wait for the stream to come back.
I know, right?
I thought my mic was on.
Wow. Can't do anything right.
Today has been bananas. But yeah, so Samurai Showdown's over, but we do have Street Fighter 4, like they said later on today at 5 o'clock. But I'm closing the stream for now, but it'll be back up at 5, and hopefully everyone is around to compete. Well, we're gonna see.
All right. Well, peace out, and please come back in 30 minutes.